and we're live. And we've got Orange, who is now enjoying his turkey dinner breakfast, or turkey breakfast. Which one did I get? From Fancy Feast. Turkey Feast. There. Turkey Feast and gravy. I freshened up all their treats. I freshened up their bowls. And if you looked at my video, it was kind of messy down here. The whole table here has been washed, and I realized that I need to replenish Hair and Skin and the Select Protein PR. I have to replenish those. This is good. The indoor has pretty much a lot, and make sure it's sealed. Well, it was kind of crazy down here this morning. I also noticed this. So my husband had yesterday's, he took over downstairs. He stayed home from work. Hold on, I apologize. He stayed home yesterday, wasn't feeling up to so great. So he ended up saying, I'll take care of the cats today. You don't have to worry. Well, kind of disaster. I noticed they must have had a brawl, this one and this one, because I found a little blood by the toy area. Yep, I scrubbed it out. Yeah, look at her. I wonder who it could have been. James Johnson. Hello, how are you all doing today? I'm tired. I have been up since 1:30 a.m. because my dog had to go out, and that starts the whole ball turning. If that means that I'm up, I get myself ready, showered, the whole 9 yards, and then I start doing my chores for the day. And if I'm lucky, I can sit down in the afternoon, and I'm trying to figure out how to crochet. So that's another thing. A friend of mine sent videos, and I'm in the process of learning, and maybe relax a little in the afternoon to pick up where I have spent so many... woke up very, usually I wake up around 3:34. It was early this morning, anywhere between 3 and 4. 1:30 is early, but Gretchen has cancer. That's our dog, and I gave her medicines at 4, a little before 4, and everything upstairs was done. So then I came down here, and it's now 5:39. So I've been up for 4 hours and got a lot of stuff upstairs done, took care of some packages, cleaned up, all that stuff. And look at what we have here. Did their clean. If you noticed the video, it was a little crazy down here this morning. They did not have their cat TV. Lights were on. Now what I did, cat TV is now on. Cool channel. What a great channel. I cleaned the litter box twice. Good morning. Got a lot of people jumping on this morning. Cleaned the litter box twice. And, oh, hi. Waiting for the sunrise. Yeah, there you go. Sunrise is hitting us late, and sundown is real early. This is New Jersey. And let me tell you, it's now 5:40 in the morning, and crazy. I think it was 0 degrees when I woke up. Again, 3 different types of cat food. This is their medicated treats, and Orange loves these. Not these. These are the medicated treats, and Orange loves these treats. These are the what is it called? The let me get it. It's in here. Well, I always forget the name of these. Oh, Temptations. Orange. Really, Orange? You guys know how to put this on. Let me take this off. Good morning, friends. Turquoise. Say hi. Waiting for the sunrise. Arda, James. Good morning. Hatchling. 3. Hi. Hi. Say hi. Hi. We're all saying hi. Cleopatra and Orange say hi. There they are. So this morning was crazy. I had to do, again, this is Temptations. These are the treats that I use that are medicated, but your vet has to prescribe them. And they're really nice. I don't know why they do that, and they make us pay to see a vet. Water fountains are done. Always make sure that the water fountain, and I'm looking here, that the light is on, because I did Plato's. Look, he jumped up. I did Plato's water fountain, and I forgot to put it on. And when I walked past it, I was like, that doesn't look like there's water in there. That's Plato is my Shih Tzu. And I realized I didn't press the button after I put the fresh water in. I didn't press the button for his water. But thank God the dogs upstairs have bowls of water, 2 bowls of water, but the cats don't. And I said to my husband, we're taking a chance that one day, I mean, there are 2 of these. I'm going to get another bowl just to put water. God forbid we forget to put the fountain on, just as a backup. Backup plan. GR8 growth. Hi, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? Look at this. They're relaxing because I have just cleaned up their party. They had a massive party. Look at my live. They had a party this morning. They took all the stuff off the cat wall. Not all, a lot. Doing great. I'm very happy. I'm glad you're doing great. GR8 growth. Wonderful. They had their time. He was playing with this. I switched this up a little. I put that on the second level. We found out that this young lady is now nestling in here and looking at the cat TV. That is so crazy. And she loves being in here now with the scratcher. Crazy how you just flip things up a little and the cats really like it. There they are. That's Cleopatra. That's Orange. They were both outdoor cats. Orange was my neighbor's cat that we rescued, and Cleopatra was his girlfriend. My neighbor, after 7 years, decided he didn't want a cat anymore. Now, this is the extra large cage. Now, originally, I purchased this cage because she was in my garage, and I didn't know what to do with her, if we were going to keep her, if the rescue was going to take her. Then the rescue turned around and said, black cats are not adoptable, especially after the age of 1. So I said, holy crumbs. So I took the cage that was in my garage that I was going to put her and the kittens in. And then I figured, nah, kittens got adopted immediately, thank you, with a rescue who did fantastic vetting of the prospective adopters. Cleopatra's an amazing name, thank you. She's a queen. And why I say she's a queen, this girl right there, she took care of business outside. There was not a bird, there was not a squirrel, and there was not a mouse anywhere to be found. She was amazing. And I have to tell you a gory detail. When she was pregnant, you know how women get, they get certain, what is it called? They have to eat certain things. Well, she ate a bird. And it was the most gruesome thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. She ate a bird, and she was pregnant, and I'm saying, you shouldn't eat a bird. No, don't eat the bird. I'm thinking bird flu, maybe it's a sick, although the birds by my feet were nice and healthy and plump and beautiful. Don't eat the bird, trying to save the bird, trying to go under the car. And then I saw the most gruesome thing. I saw the way a cat, ate a bird. She didn't play with it, she ate it. And then, of course, I called my vet and said, can she get a disease? And they said, generally birds are healthy, and if they buy you a bird feed, they're healthy. If you don't see any illnesses or dead birds around, you're pretty safe. I was horrified. You wake up at 4:30 me and my little brothers are cowboys on my dad's ranch. Oh, James Johnson, you wake up at 4:30 a.m. Good for you. My son goes to sleep at 4:30 a.m. He's in his mid-20s. He's home, He's studying for, he and my daughter are taking the bar exam, and they work at home as well. But, 25 years old, and he goes to sleep at 4. We call him a nighthawk. He's always been like that. Similar to my grandfather, who was a writer, who would write all night and then be sleeping till noon. But you are wonderful, James Johnson, and I love your name. Good for you. Oh, wow. What part of... Now, if you're saying a ranch, I'm going at Texas, James. You must be... Are you from Texas? Because I know a sanctuary that's run by a big family, the Morrow family, out in Cleveland, Texas. They're amazing people, and they have a sanctuary. It's wild. Where are you in Texas, if you are? Can I see Cleopatra? Sure, here. Now, this girl, Cleopatra. Psst, 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 psst. Oh, she's looking at the TV. Look at her. She's a queen. This is Cleopatra. Look at that face. Psst, psst, psst. I have to tell you, my neighbors were afraid of her. Crazy, isn't that? Crazy. Isn't she gorgeous? You can give her some hearts, you know. She'll like hearts. She likes when people give her likes and hearts and all that fun stuff. Liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing do not cost you any money. So if you want to like, that would be great. Orange is very cool too, by the way. You're Southwest Arkansas. Yeah. Nice. How's the weather by you? 0 degrees here. Yuck. This is not my weather. I'll take fall weather. I'll take 30s. And to me, 30s is tropical. But 0 and -5, I'm not liking it. Good. James, it's wonderful. Southwest Arkansas. Nice. You set up some plans for a time-lapse video? Everyone should check her channel out. That sounds it. It's at uppercase G, lowercase r, the number, I think is it B? GRB, and then it's B or an 8. I'm not sure. It could be an 8, GR8, GROWTH. So it's uppercase G, lowercase r, the number 8, then uppercase G, ROWTH. I just set up some plans for a turquoise video, time-lapse video. Very nice. That sounds exciting. There's Miss Cleopatra. They're out of it. They played, they ate while I worked. Let me show you what's going on. Water fountains were done. Always, if you have the electronic water fountains, if it is not blue, it's not running. Gotta do it. They have their toys. As you can see, some of the lights are on the toys, still going. That one was dead. And then I saw some blood, which means somebody scratched somebody. But they're very, again, they're both rescued from outside our development, outside our house. Orange was our neighbor's cat. After 7 years, he didn't want a cat anymore. And, you know, some people say, well, fix them, and it's called TNR, trap, neuter, release. That would have been an idyllic situation if we had a community or a development of people that cared about the animals. The people that live around here, they call the animal control and they euthanize them immediately. We have an abundance of cats, a lot of colonies all over New Jersey. You have a lot of rescue groups addressing those colonies, but there are a lot of cats that are being euthanized that are healthy and young, pregnant moms, all that stuff. We have a mega problem in New Jersey. We also have a mega problem with the people in New Jersey. Not everybody, some people that just don't want to see a cat even crossing a street. It's horrible. I think we had about 10 cats, and with about, well, I don't know, let me try to think how many, maybe about 200 houses in my development. People, a lot of the people, not a lot, some of the people just did not want to see them around. So I think out of the cats, we rescued about 12 to 13 cats and found homes for them. 2, of course, I kept. James says, in the band, my hat is a Queen of Hearts because my wife put the card there. She's a redhead. Oh, nice. That is so interesting. Your wife is a redhead? Aw, just like Orange. He's a redhead too, by the way, James. It's a redhead. That is so interesting. You know, to hear your stories, it's wonderful. The big size cage, again, we brought it downstairs because Cleopatra, we kept her down here. I was not going to put her back on the street after she was fully vetted. Shots, blood work, deworming, the whole 9 yards. And you know, spay, neuter, whatever it is. I forget which one's for a female. and they did her nails and her hair and they cleaned her. I was not going to put her back on the street. That was just no way. So I put her down here. She stayed in here for about 7 days because she had stitches. I let her out, and it was a cat that transformed. I mean, I was able to pet her after the babies and stuff, but much more loving and trusting after she stayed in that cage. It made a big difference, but I closed the cage. I didn't let her out because she wasn't supposed to jump and stuff, but she stayed in that cage and she was very comfortable. And then that's it. That's her story. And this was her. Now, he was already blood work, TNR, everything. He did not get her pregnant. The neighbor did everything for him. It's the weirdest thing. You have a cat for 7 years, and all of a sudden, I am a spot of leadership. That is fantastic. I don't know what that means, but that sounds interesting. You know, I don't know how somebody gets rid of a cat after 7 years. How do you not continue? I still send him pictures of him and videos to show that he's okay and doing well, and he's loved and he's being cared for. But he doesn't ever write back and say, listen, thank you for the video. Nothing. I hear nothing from him. Very weird. That's Cat TV, by the way. I'll lower it a little. I think they want to sleep. I'm going to actually close the light because when I came down here, look at my video. The lights were blazing. Come here, girl. Look at that. I'm going to close the lights. Yeah, I'll show you. Everything was done down here. I'm going to close the lights because they didn't get a lot of nighttime because my husband left the lights on. All the lights on. So, your body doesn't adjust right without it. There's Cleopatra who's blended. There she is. Look at that look. Oh, gorgeous. Remember, do not adopt a cat because of its color or a look. Adopt a cat that speaks to you. And when I say that, comes to you, affectionate to you, generally animals pick their owner. And Orange would not leave our driveway. That's how we met him. I tried to shush him away. I put flyers. Finally, 2 neighbors stepped up and told me who he was because I put the flyer in their home and he never tried to say that was my cat. Weird. And it ended up being that we had communication. I would call him up telling him to pick up his cat and keep it in his house because they're going to euthanize him. They're calling animal control. And then I said, finally, are you, the cat would show up in my driveway again. I said, is this is ridiculous. By the way, Cleopatra's still there. I said, what are you going to do about him? And then I noticed he was drooling out of his mouth. I thought maybe he was sick. Animal control came and he said, I'm not going to take him because I thought maybe he's suffering. He says, no, I think his tooth cracked. I said, what? So I immediately brought him to the vet and we found out he had very bad teeth. He ended up getting 3.5 teeth removed. This guy right here. And he's an old guy. And it's just sad that somebody would just not want him anymore. We should never be a throwaway society, but sadly they're thrown away. But everything was done. There's the cage. It kept us, and I kept it up because they use it as a play gym. They use it to hop on here, go on here, and go on the windowsill. They love it. Litter box is clean. Feeding is done. They played on the cat wall. I found their toys underneath here. Here's one toy that has to be charged. The cat wall is great. I'm actually going to take a look inside this room because she has a habit of, no, there's nothing in here. She has a habit of pushing toys under here. This is done. You just looked at the bathroom down here. This is done. That's what, close everything with cats. Close everything and keep it as neat as possible. You don't want cats to get into anything. That is a heated cat house that I tried to take out of the house, and Cleopatra had a fit. I wanted to put it outside, but we don't. I did see Buttons yesterday. So he's living somewhere in the woods, but he doesn't even come to us. He didn't even eat the food that I put out. But he's big, so somebody's taking care of him. Buttons the cat. Gosh, that cat is smart. My dad was split up 37 cowboys into 4 groups and named after the 4 cardinal direction. Ah, interesting. I love that you say cowboys. I love that. It's interesting because I have family that lives in Europe and they love cowboys. They love them. I mean, American cowboys are like it to them. John Wayne, the most famous of all. Look at him. That's it, guys. Sounds fantastic. James, GR8 Growth, Hatchlings 3, Arda. Good morning to you all. Good morning to everybody else that came on and jumped in. Everybody that likes it, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, subscribe, share, and comment if you like this channel. But I got to get upstairs because I got to start prepping the dog's food. Take care, friends, and thank you again. And James, it sounds wonderful, and thank you for sharing. And GR8 Growth and Arda, thank you so much. Take care, friends. I'm up to now go and get to the dogs. You have a blessed day, and thank you for giving me your most special gift, which is your time. Take care, friends. Gotta get going.